Yeah, most people prefer sunsets. I think I prefer sunrises. Oh, got him. Oh, that was awesome. Oh, he got off. Man, he tattooed it. Okay. How did he get off? Man, he smoked it. That was not even landing him. That was awesome. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're feeding on the top right there. Who knows? Might have stumbled upon this at the right time. Can't believe that fish got off. Been thinking about that all day. There's one. Oh, this is a nice one. You hear it? Oh, he got off too. Oh, he came back for it. Look at that. Oh my God, that fish hit it like 4 or 5 times. All right, spot lock. Okay, we got to stay here for that. He followed it a long way too. Man, that is so exciting. Even if they don't get buttoned up, it is so much fun. I have a feeling we're gonna hook one up. Cool. You see that? He hit it so hard he knocked it out of the water. Every time I say I'm ready to go, I get a hit. Oh, boy, he wanted it. It's definitely slower. I mean, he hit it so hard he knocked it out of the water. We gotta hook up one. We got to. As soon as I say that. I mean, they're knocking the crap out of it, not catching the hook. Okay, for real, last one. Yeah, it's really hard to say no to a topwater bite if you think it's here, but the conditions are too good to waste this fallen tide just killing time on topwater. It's unfortunate. I know it's exciting. Everybody likes to watch it, but there's going to be a lot more action to come. Okay, so this is a DOA shrimp. I love it in these conditions. And that's because what you do with this is you just let it do its thing and you just twitch it every so often. It looks incredibly natural. There's one. Well, that's why we're not landing them. They're tiny, but at least the skunk's out of the boat. Lure versus fish. Guy's trying to eat something half the size. Go ahead, little dude. But you can see very quickly how effective this lure can be. Now, if there's only dinks, there's only dinks, and that's what you're going to catch. But super simple technique. Really catches a lot of fish. Okay, so there it is in the water. See how it just kind of free falls? Looks very, very similar to an actual shrimp just getting caught in this heavy current. One more cast with this, and then we're gonna switch to the bigger stuff. Oh, that's a fish. Oh. That's what's up. And he came back for that many times. All right, well. Look at that, that's a nice trout. 15-inch speck, it's perfect. Only need a couple of those. So we're halfway there to just fishing for fun. Okay, let's go over this lure. It's the DOA shrimp. It's two-tone. I prefer the two-tone this time of year. And in these water conditions, the super clear water. I think the red one that's supposed to imitate brown shrimp just doesn't look like brown shrimp enough. The white one is really, really good, but all I have are really, really big ones, and I don't think this water is kind of deep enough for that. But again, the technique, you're just letting it go with the current, and it looks so good. Like that trout was completely fooled. It had no doubt in its mind that was a real shrimp. Now this rod has, I think this is 30-pound high-vis green backer. I really prefer the yellow. I can't see the green as good with the polarized lenses, which is kind of interesting. But a lot of this is me just watching the line, because I'm letting that bait just kind of drift freely. There's one. Aha! Another little dink. Might have to weed through the dinks to get to the bigger ones, but that's 3 trout on this bait. I've been here for maybe 5 minutes. And I have caught reds and bass on this. So now I could switch to the voodoo shrimp and do an A/B test. I might do that. If I catch another one, I'll know for sure that they're quote unquote here. One thing that voodoo might be good at is getting to the bottom. These fish definitely seem to be hanging on the bottom. Visibility, even without the sun overhead, is probably about 4 feet. Very, very, very good quality water. That's hot quality H2O. I was throwing the two-tone version of this earlier. Caught a bunch of dinks, 1 keeper. So this one is a little bigger. Oh, there's one immediately. Wow. Feels decent too. Nah. All right. Gonna let you go anyway, little one. But that was fast. Yeah, these shrimp imitation baits, perfect for conditions like this. A lot of current. They make very, very good imitations of, there's one. Little bitty trout. Just want to get one more keeper, and that's why I came back here. I know there's trout here, and I know there's keepers because I caught one. Oh, whoa, whatever that is, he tattooed it. This is nice, whatever it is. I don't want to lose it. Whew. Second keeper. It took me all day. Oh man. Croaking too, a male. Finally, thank you, little fish. You salvaged the day. Man, did he tattoo it or what? Alright, let's see if we can catch some more just for entertainment's sake. Don't know how I'm going to cut this video up, but needless to say, there's about 5 hours in between the last fish that we caught here and that one. I'll try spot lock. Yeah, there's definitely still trout out there. There's one. There's one. Oh man, I was just doing a straight retrieve too. Nice. I'll measure him. He's a keeper. I'm going to keep him. 3 trout for me and my family is pretty much all we need. But you know what? If I get on a real hot bite, it wouldn't be too bad to have a big fish fry and invite some people over. Measure him just to be sure. Oh yeah, 13 inches. So that's interesting. Normally with this technique, man, and it looks like there's trout just up and down the board over here. Normally with this technique, a straight retrieve won't work. You want it to just be kind of sitting there, but I was getting ready to kind of reset the cast and he tattooed it. Nice to see some keepers in the marsh right now. And you know what? I was fishing that two-tone, now I'm fishing the white shrimp imitation and it's bigger. That might have something to do with it. This is a really fun technique, it really is. I don't do it a lot because lately it's just been catching dinks, but man, I really love fishing this way. It reminds me of sockeye fishing a lot. Like when they hit it, I mean, they just hit it and they run. Especially if they're over 14 inches, man, they demolish it. Just had a hit. I wasn't paying attention, I was popping my shoulder. And came out here, got here through this 4 or 5 times, got 4 or 5 fish, and now it's, oh, there was one. Missed him. What's difficult about right now, because I'm kind of going against the current, typically what you want to do with this is you want to go with the current because it allows it to get a little bit lower, and then you pop it up, and that's, they'll usually notice it when you pop it up and hit it on the way down. But it's hard. There was one right by the boat, man. Difficult to do that against the current. But you know, another part of this is this bigger one. The tail is a little bit heavier. Pretty sure this is a 1/2 ounce. although it doesn't really feel like a 1/2 ounce. Doesn't cast like one, but nothing casts like that old Aerodine, whatever. Well, that thing casts like a dream. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the wind just take me through. I'm seeing a lot of fish feeding a little bit up here. Man, but what I really want to do, there he is, I saw my line here. Alright, see you later, little guy. You will have to peck through dinks with this. There is no doubt about that. So earlier on that little dink that I kicked off the boat, I did not feel it hit. I actually saw my line move. And that's why I fish with this high vis line. Now, I don't really like the green, but I'm not going to change my backer line unless I absolutely have to, like a big wind knot or something like that, or it gets frayed. So I'm going to be stuck with this green for a while, more than likely. But it allows me, I've got about, let's see, 5 feet. Oh, something did hit it. 5 feet of space between the leader knot, the join knot, I should say. So fish, you know, they probably won't connect the dots. I do like to have usually a little bit more than 5 feet. I like to have 6 to 7 feet, but the big reason for 6 to 7 is I can just change lure over and over and over and not worry about changing leader. So I'm about at the point where next time I change a lure on this rod, I'm gonna change the leader. Now there is tons and tons of action right there. And it has been since I got to this intersection. Maybe I need to put another one on. This one seems to be slipping. I've seen people put zip ties on these, but you know what? If I change this, I'm gonna go to a voodoo shrimp and we can do a A/B test. And we'll go to the voodoo shrimp next. Yeah, let's just see how it does. Now this one has a much different action. It's also much more expensive, so let's see if it's worth it. It's heavier, which I really like in this situation because I think the trout are a little bit, oh wow, first cast. Oh man, he came back for it. That was amazing. That was a big fish too. Well, I said more hookups. I didn't say more or less hits. Now, let's see, I'll throw it again. Boy, that was immediate. I wasn't expecting it at all. And they're just gonna, it kind of bounces around the same way that, oh man, something smoked it. There it is. Oh, this is a nice one. All right, we are on a bite now, finally. Goodness. All right, this is gonna be the last one I keep saying that. If I continue to catch this size, I'm gonna keep probably up to 12 is the max that I'll keep. Reason for that is That's 24 fillets. 6 people over. They're not all gonna eat 4 fillets. Not when you have all the other stuff that goes along with the meal. And I just don't like freezing fish. There's one. Little dink. Hold on, little guy. I'm gonna get you back in. I can't keep you. I'd get in trouble. You're not worth. This little male. Hear him drumming. Y'all probably can't hear him because the wind's so loud. So it makes me wonder, you know, if I would have just stayed here all day. This is one of the first spots that I hit. And I'm catching them not every cast, but every 2 or 3. And that's actually how it was this morning. So, you know, who knows? Yeah, I commented on Masson's video. He said in one of his videos recently that, you know, he's not finding a lot of keeper trout in the marsh, and I agreed. I hadn't caught a keeper trout in a few weeks. But here we go, we got 4. And the wind's trying to make me go home, but oh, that was one. I want some more. What's tough about these 3-ways is figuring out what to focus on, and I think, you know, that's probably true of all 3-ways. There's one. Not a big one. All right, thank you. Like, I really wouldn't have expected it to be that much better. And in those kind of brackets right there, I would expect right over here or right behind me. So I'm going to actually kind of move. The reason I would expect right here is you got all this current, and then it chills out right there. And where it's chill, that would allow these trout to kind of relax and not expend a lot of energy. While they wait for something to just kind of come in right there. That must be grass. No? What is this? That's grass. Alright, I'm going to spot lock one more time. Just kind of cast around over here, see if I catch anything. Oh. There's one. That's a nicer one. making something out of the day. It feels good, man. It feels good. He inhaled it too. Okay, we've got a little box building right now. Well, this is nice, actually. I am bummed, you know, I lost the lure by my line breaking. That always, I really, really hate when that happens. I guess for lures like that, I'm just gonna have to use, just gonna have to use 20-pound test. This little freeway, real deep in the marsh, is just loaded with trout right now, which is not what you would expect. Almost May. But that wind is making the tide fall really a lot faster than it would have normally, which means my way of getting out of here is starting to disappear. So I need to give myself some kind of cap. I wanted to end the day with another fish. I'm just going to give this another fan casting and then gotta go one way or another. Just like sockeye fishing. It's fun, man. There's another one. All right. All right. It looks like this is, oh, damn. All right. Man. There's one. Oh, that's one followed it all the way up to the water. And how did this one's not even hooked? He wasn't even hooked. Let me just reset. I switched to this Voodoo Tiger Shrimp. I'm just tight lining it, and man, this is basically you want to catch trout, find a place like this and throw like this. As long as you have really good moving tide, this works every single time. It's pretty amazing. Well, sometimes, you know, oh, there's one. Okay, we can end the episode on a little dink. That's going to be the last fish as the wind starts to really pick up. Looks like maybe a 7-inch trout. It was really fun. I have no idea if the audio is coming out. But if you like content like this, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. It's really important. It helps the channel grow. Oh, there's another one. This is a nice one. Oh, this is a real good one. Stay buttoned up, stay buttoned up. Oh, there we go. That's the last fish, and what a fish it is. Seriously nice trout. What a day. I mean, I could probably sit here and just catch more all day. That's a big trout. I'm gonna measure it. That's a 15-incher. Last trout of the day. What a day it turned out to be. Would never have guessed it would have been this way, but you know what? That's why you stick to it. You work hard. You grind it out. So that is the last cast, the last fish. What a way to end the series, or what a way to end the episode on. If you like content like this, please consider liking and subscribing. It really makes my day when I see those numbers, but also it helps the channel keep going. So I appreciate you watching, and until next time, catch you later.